You have decided to join a gym. That is awesome. I am really excited for you because the gym changed my life, and I hope that it will change yours as well. I'm gonna give you 3 pieces of advice that will help that process along so that you can look at the gym as a place of change, as a place of growth, a place to have fun rather than a place of fear. Without any further ado, let's get into tip number 1. Do not expect to be perfect, especially if this is the first time that you have ever tried to do any type of physical activity like resistance training. This is a very difficult thing to get a grasp on. Obviously, resistance training at its base is pretty simple. You pick up heavy object, you put down heavy object, right? Super simple at its base. But in order to make a body composition change like I'm sure you want to make, there becomes a lot of nuance, a lot of technique. There's some things that you need to adjust to when you first start out in the gym. And that can be really discouraging to a lot of beginners because they've made the decision, they've signed up for a gym, or they've built a home gym, or they're using their apartment gym, and they walk down to the gym and they do something really, really hard. And then after 2 or 3 weeks, they're really not experiencing the changes that they thought they were going to experience. That is incredibly disheartening, and it can affect your mentality to the point where maybe you even quit going back to the gym. I'm here to tell you that the first couple of weeks to months of being in the gym are not going to be perfect. So remove that need to be perfect. Remove the need to even be good. Understand that you are still a student. I think we disconnect the mental from the physical when we're talking about going to the gym. Yes, it is a physical endeavor, but it is also a very mental endeavor. You have to understand proper technique. You have to understand how the muscle is supposed to feel during an exercise. That's something incredibly foreign to a lot of beginners because this is the first time that you're ever going to be doing something like that. Give yourself the grace. Understand that it is the first time you're going to be doing something like this, and don't put a time limit on, oh, I'm supposed to be feeling better now, or I'm supposed to be feeling a lot stronger now. Go in for the journey. Understand that this is the process rather than the outcome. You're going to hear me say that a lot in this tips video, but it is the truth. Understand that you've got to go in, and every time you go into the gym, you get a little bit better, or you connect to a muscle a little bit more, or you refine your technique on a specific lift just 1% more. And over time, those are going to stack up, and you are going to start to feel more comfortable and feel better in the gym. Speaking of being uncomfortable, let's talk about an uncomfortable truth. Pain is part of the equation. So my second tip is to understand that sometimes there is going to be pain associated with the gym. Let's be very specific with what we're talking about. I am not talking about joint or ligament pain. Most times those can indicate that you're doing something incorrect, either in your technique or in your load. What I am talking about is general muscle soreness and pain, those types of things that indicate that we have done work. We have done something new, and that is causing our body to adapt. That is part of the process. I am shocked with the amount of people that ask me, oh my gosh, my chest is really sore. Did I do something wrong? No, you did something right. You did a novel stimulus in a rep range that produced some effort in the muscle, and now your body and muscles are adapting to that stimulus so that you can continue to grow. The process of growth cannot be done without a certain level of pain. This is not to say that delayed onset muscle soreness is an indicator of correct form or muscle growth, because a lot of the times it isn't. It is an indicator of novelty, something new. And if this is your first time being in the gym, obviously all of these exercises are going to be new to you. So there is going to be muscle soreness. It will get better as you go. Don't worry about that. But the fatigue starts to become a badge of honor in a lot of cases. Okay, I went in and I beat myself up. Then we have to realize that sometimes pain is great, but sometimes we've got to do things to mitigate that pain. The biggest takeaway is if you are starting in the gym, understand that there's going to be pain, and there's also going to be time to mitigate that pain. So the relationship with pain is something that you are going to need to discover how to deal with personally for yourself. I can't tell you how to do it. Your trainer can't tell you how to do it. You have to realize, I want to push this hard. I don't want to go past this. For that level is different for everyone in the gym, depending on your goals, your wants, and your needs. Pain, regardless of who you are, is going to be part of the equation, especially at the start. It's okay. It's just a little bit of pain. It reminds you that you're alive. Everything's going to be okay. Before we get to our third and final tip, I ask if you are enjoying this content to share it around with somebody. Maybe somebody you know is starting a gym experience. Send this video to them. I'm sure that these tips could help them out. My third and final tip is going to be fall in love with the process rather than the outcome. You knew this was coming. I'm a huge process guy. I'm not a huge results guy, because if we focus on the results, then when we don't hit them, that can be so incredibly discouraging that we stop altogether. Take me, for example. I wanted to squat 500 pounds for the longest time, right? As I became more serious about powerlifting, the number 500 was one that was always in my head. Instead of focusing on the technique of my squat and the programming of my squat, I just focused on that one number. And so for years, I wasn't hitting 500, and I began to hate the squat, which is one of my favorite lifts. Take advice from someone who's been doing this for quite a bit of time. If you can convince yourself that every day you come into the gym is a success, regardless of how the workout goes, if you check in, if you clock your time card, as a lot of people say, if you just come in and do the work, then that's an A+, check mark. Come in, do the best effort you can, and the results will come. But the results don't really matter at that point. Remove those thoughts from the equation. Put your head down, focus on what you have to do it to the best of your ability, A+. All right, friends, that's all I had for you today. I hope that these 3 tips were helpful for you as you start your journey. A little caveat, I do not want you to over-obsess over these tips. Get in the gym, regardless. Don't focus on, I've got to be perfect here, I've got to be perfect there. I need just to watch one more YouTube video or read one more article. Just go in the gym. Go in the gym, come home, refine your technique. As long as you are in the process of going to the gym, then you can read all the articles and watch all the videos you want to. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please share it around, give it a like, subscribe to the channel if you like this content. We are going to continue to put out great stuff for the rest of the year. Have a great rest of your day, get strong, and stay strong. Peace.